Hi YouTube, this is Flight or Fight FPV here. So I am just going to start cataloging a bunch of my builds, not a bunch, but the builds that I am doing at this time. I'm not going to go through each individual component and do a review or anything like that. There's plenty of those out there, but I will share what I've chosen to build this next frame and kind of stop along the way and show you how I've been building it, and then at the very end we'll have a test flight. So don't plan on this being a one-day build, but it'll look like it through the magic of editing. So the frame, Corgi frame from Shendrones. I have wanted this frame for a really long time. It's designed as a freestyle frame, and also links and everything below the title of the video. I saw it on Twisted Quads for a really good price, so I snagged it, and I'm really excited to actually get to building it. What's really cool about it is you can actually fit a GoPro session or hero or session into the frame, so it's really well protected. And since I like to make really fun videos, and of course I have none up, but they're all on my computer for freestyle, this would be a great frame to protect the camera while offering a really fun frame to fly. Let's see, in terms of the PDB, I got a Matic Systems. I've used this one a bunch of times before. I never had a problem with it, so I just figured why change. The ESCs, these are the Wraith 32. They just came out fairly recently, I believe. For my flight controller, ready to fly quads, this is the Omnibus Flip 32 V3 F4. Again, love this flight controller. I've pretty much been using their flight controllers on every quad I have. Again, don't really feel like changing much. And it has Beta Flight 3.2, which just got the official release out recently, like maybe a couple of days ago. LC filter, I use these on all my full-size builds to help filter out any noise in the video. FreeSky XM Plus mini receiver. I've started going to these smaller ones. I like the form factor and the range, never had an issue with these. Yeah, so we got the Runcam Swift 2 2.5mm lens. This was from Amazon. It's just a 40-channel video transmitter. Kind of lastly, the big thing that I'm really excited about are the Rotor Riot Hype Train. I always want to call them Hyper Train, but they're the Hype Train freestyle motors. These things look badass. Yeah, they are really cool looking motors. But yeah, I'm not going to do a review on any of these. We can talk about it after I've flown a bit, but plenty of reviews out there. Just wanted to make more of a freestyle quad. So those are all the components. So yeah, let's get started building, and I'll just kind of go through bits and pieces of what I've decided to do and how I want to wire things, and we'll hopefully get a flight in. So I have mounted the PDB and the flight controller to the board. And so what's interesting about the Corgi board is that it has a side-by-side stack. It'll make wiring interesting. So I'm gonna think about trying to put the LC filter here, right there, and see if we can get power to it just to feed the flight controller with filtered power. So we'll see how that works out. But the arms will go on here, and top plate should stack here. Yeah, this is also one of the first frame that I built with I guess separate arms. All the other ones have had complete bottom plate. So, all right. So at this point, we have trimmed the motors. So I had put them on the arms, screwed them down, measured where I want the ESCs to go, and trimmed them all down. They're all ready. So now what I'm going to do is put them all, screw all the motors on the arms, solder the motors to the ESCs, and then solder all the wires leading from the ESCs to the PDB and all the signal wires and everything. And so here's it completed. So I put the LC filter here. I have got solder. Everything is pretty much ready to go. Just goes our connecting wires. And yeah, so I'm going to plan on using some of this shrink tube. I'll slide it over the ESC and the motor wires once I have mounted it onto the arms. And then I'll probably just zip tie the ESCs down to the arms for a little bit more protection. No, not protection, so much more, just keeping them more stable once I've kind of got everything finished up and headed towards the end of the build. here it is. So I pretty much attached all 4 motors, ESCs, everything. I've done all the wiring. So the wiring actually wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Did a quick test. The lights, well, let's do one on camera. So typically you hear a beep beep. I think that's once you've initialized the ESCs and everything. I haven't done that. I haven't plugged any of this into the computer as of yet, but depending on how the wiring is, I might have to, so this top plate has to go on top here. So I'll have to unscrew the arms and put this top plate through here. These will slide on next. So I have to glue the plate to the camera, and the camera will actually sit into this groove right here, which is held by pressure, so you'll be able to adjust the height, or the angle, sorry, of the camera. And a little TPU printed mounts for the GoPro session we'll go through here. But it's been a couple of days since the last chunk of video you saw, and I've kind of advanced quite a bit. I added the top plate, and so basically what I did is I had to actually unscrew all the arms off, and then I measured out the wire lengths for the video transmitter and the receiver and the camera and everything, and then I had to solder them in and then put the top plate back on, screw everything back on. And for some reason this one specifically on this side just won't slide on very well, so I had to sand down the insides here, and eventually it slid on. So what I think is the best way, and this is kind of a good thing for future maintenance, is I'll just always keep this plate on and just slide this one off. This one slides on and off without a problem. So as you can see, I've got the video transmitter here. The receiver, it's right in there. It's nice and neat. As you can see, I've taken one of the antennas and routed it up here and zip tied it and heat shrunk some heat shrink tube to protect it. I'll be doing the same on this side with the other plate. And the GoPro is really nice. It fits in here really nicely, so you can unscrew it, pop the GoPro in to a little case. Well, of course, as you can see, I've put it down the wrong way, completely facing downward, but the button would go up top here, and it fits in there really nicely, and it doesn't impede on any of the wires, and the video transmitter is right behind it. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm planning on putting on this side plate. Gonna shorten this once I figure out the proper length. This actually might be an okay length. I might just leave a little bit of extra length here for tying it down with the strap. I'm gonna glue some rubber pads here to stick on the battery, and then I plugged it into Betaflight. It's pretty much good to go. I just have to calibrate some of the switches for disarming and arming. So maybe tonight I will have it all good to go, but you guys won't know that because I'll edit it to make it look like it was done all in one setting. So that's where I'm at right now. All right, well, here we are. And here's the Corgi, all finished. Build came together quite nicely, and so we're gonna test fly her. So the area we're at right now, it's a Black Mountain Ranch, Black Canyon Ranch. Let's show you the area. So it's one of those places, few places in San Diego that's free, but it's kind of a designated flight area. You have like a runway there for fixed wings. It's a pretty nice open spot. A lot of the other spots I wanted to go to today had a lot of people there. I didn't really want to fly with a bunch of people, especially when I was trying out something new. So I think today will be more of a just easy cruising, maybe a couple of freestyle stuff, but nothing too crazy since there isn't a lot to do here. First flight with the Corgi. Let's see how it goes.
You got the feeling.
was not expecting that. Holy hell. There is a lot of power behind those motors. I feel like the battery life wasn't that affected. Granted, I was talking with a couple of my buddies. I fly 1300 tattoos. Wow, I might have to get like 1500 because I just felt like I didn't want to rip and just punch out as much as I really could feel the motors wanted me to, but because that would have killed these batteries. But I have some newer batteries here. I might just see what happens, but that was awesome. So yeah, I love my Chameleon. I love my Armatan Oomph. Hype trains, you guys are amazing. So maybe I'll get the Armatan Titans, which are basically the same specs as the hype trains in terms of the size and KV. But holy hell, that was pretty impressive. Awesome.